like he wanted an open marriage,
and he was like, he was so
and she was
embarrassed.
like, will you calm down? She's like, She said, I feel an interpretive dance coming on. And she started doing this. She said, I feel Alan Navy. She said, Aunt Viv. I feel Aunt Viv coming on.
And he wrote that damn check. He wrote it real quick.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
Welcome to
Clink with Cam.
And I'm Kay. Hey.
From the day.
All right. So thank you for stopping by to our Clink with Cam and Kay recap show. And we are continuing the recap of Diarra from Detroit. And this is episode 4. So we want to know: are you watching yet? You need to be. What you waiting on?
What are you waiting on? Okay. If you, I'm telling you, once you start watching, you're gonna be hooked.
You're gonna binge.
You're gonna have to be you're gonna binge. You're gonna watch all of it.
You're gonna watch it all. Okay, trust us.
At least two shows. Sisters, at least 2 shows.
Take our advice. Okay.
I'm trying to tell you what's good.
We're trying to let you know, y'all. I'm trying to let you know. All right. So we open up with episode 4.
Girl, I love how they come, honey. They come in correct, girl. They all got on their little faux furs and stuff.
Yes, they are.
Like they Charlie's Angels.
As hell. So it's the gang. It's
2 girls and a guy.
D, Aja, and T. They go to this legendary spot called Buddy Black's to play an underground poker game. And it's said to like have the likes of Big Meech, coming there, and this other like notorious and famous
all these people
Detroit folk.
Yeah, all the Detroit folk that are famous for that street light. It's the only thing they know.
So before we know why they're there, it takes us back to a few days earlier. So
it flashes back to a few days earlier with Diarra and her plates, but it goes back to her husband Francois. It's a guy that's been following Diarra, and he's been taking pictures of her, and he's meeting with a young lady who is giving her the information on the plates. And when she gives her the information on the plates, she says it's registered to Francois.
Right. He was like, I saw a lady driving that car. She was like, that's all I got. What you want me to do?
She was like, you don't know that people share cars? People drive other people's cars. What are you doing? So then it shows
girl. So yeah, the gang is at Diarra's house. They have her place looking like a police station. They have like the evidence board. They have all kind of stuff that was like from the backpack. They have. They're getting that law and order on for real. Though.
They are. She had the whiteboard. It was up there. She told them don't touch anything without wearing gloves.
Aja was like, this bitch done lost it.
She done lost her damn mind.
Cause D was all in, y'all. She was geek. She was excited. You could tell like a lot of adrenaline.
She's trying to find him so she can get that vitamin D so she can get some 8 hours worth of sleep. That's what the story is anyway. But she goes on to say that she came to the conclusion that maybe Dante was trying to solve his own kidnapping, and he was trying to get the pieces of his life together as well. But then Aja, she's trying to bring her kind of back to reality, but she hurt her feelings.
She did. Cause everybody is all in. Like Moni had, she's like, this is the Mary J. Blige tape that Miss Vonda said that she bought.
Because she said she won't ever listen to Mary J. Blige again because it reminds her of the Vonda tape.
Yeah. And then there's like a T-shirt that T recognizes because he used to play on that team.
Yeah, from the AAU.
Yeah, from the AAU team. And then like there was a picture. John Sally is in this he's in this episode. He was like one of the coaches. And because T was like he remembered him like missing a lot of games that year.
Yeah, and they were wondering why. So that makes him look suspicious. So then they show Diarra meeting her lawyer, who doesn't seem to be all the way together.
She doesn't.
She seems to be a little ditzy, but she was introduced to her from Aja.
Yeah, that was Aja's recommendation.
She's a happy camper.
She is. So she just she was like, look, we should just settle because She just telling her the truth. She's like, get your a list of your assets together and see what they come up with.
Yeah, but she hands her that little piece of paper and she's like, absolutely not. She is not. She didn't even really look at it. She just crumpled it up and said she going to court.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was, Diarra ain't got no money. I don't think she had too much money coming into this.
No, I mean she's a teacher.
You know, but that's not fair because when a man marries you, he knew what he was doing. Anyway,
he did.
He set her up
so
to need him.
So Moni's at her husband's shop, and because she put out an ad that people who have a '90s Impala get discount on their car service, and it's like a whole bunch of people. He was like, "What the hell, Moni?"
He was like, "You got to take this shit down." He was pissed.
He was pissed.
Yeah, but the other thing, T, the coach Tony that they were looking for, he called the coach the tarantula, and that's why they said that they think that Deontay was drawing spiders everywhere on a lot of different things. Because earlier in the episode when they had the thing with the whiteboard, they had a piece of paper that he doodled on.
Yeah, and she said it was fresh.
This because he had her phone number on it, so that he keeps drawing this spider.
Yeah.
So she sets up a meeting with Tony, but his wife cock blocks. She gave them a coupon to come to this restaurant.
She kind of
she
knew where he was gonna be at on Tuesdays. Mm-hmm. So like Moni, T and Diarra was at the restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I was wait for him to come in so they can like just run up on him to ask him some questions. And his wife was kind of like,
no, honey, she was cock blocking. She wasn't playing. She like, who are you? Get out of my husband's face. And I'm that B, and I will knock you out. She told her to get back.
Yeah.
So then T drops the article that the Russian is dead.
Yes.
Tiara didn't know that. Tiara didn't know that.
Who didn't?
I mean, Diarra didn't know that.
No, she knew that.
No, she was surprised. She was her and Aja. She didn't know.
You mean Moni? Moni was there. Aja wasn't at the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
T drops the article that the Russian is dead, and they didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
Aja had snuck off to that girl. Mofos or what it was called.
Remember from the one of the earlier episodes, because Aja, you know her bougie ass, the wing spot. She went back to the wing spot, y'all, and she was looking at the I guess like an Instagram, and they all taking pics and stuff
in the bathroom, girl. And when she looks over, she sees that spider on the wall, and she does.
And she speaks with the waitress because the waitress is in there. She was like, "You always up in here by yourself." Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Okay, girl." Basically,
right. She was trying to get some TT.
Yeah.
So then they connect that Mr. Greek's pizza spot has been used by the mob. So it's been said.
Because Mr. Greeks was one of the sponsors of the AAU team.
Yeah, it was on the T-shirt.
Yep.
So T and Moni say that everybody knows that. And then T is like, how do we know that Chris isn't dead? And Diarra half faints. She falls over in the chair. Yeah. She's like, you see, she had to sit down.
She did.
I felt bad. I'm like, don't say we don't want him to be dead either.
So they're at Diarra's house at this point, and everybody is discussing, like you said, Mr. Grease being the mob spot. And so she says she has a connect in the police department, and she texts her brother-in-law, Aaron, and ask him for some help. So D cannot sleep. So she's like imagining Deontay in her bed, like she's talking to him.
Mm-hmm. She's been doing that a lot lately.
And then,
and then she reveals to Deontay that Swa was a very selfish lover.
Yeah.
So Deontay, Chris, he shows her an unselfish act of affection.
Right. Again, this is all in her imagination. Yeah. He's not really there.
So in other words, he was being her own personal rose, if you know what I mean. Okay, so he confronts her. Oh, so Swa pops up and he confronts her.
At her job. Girl, the way that they were like trying to they was greeting each other, if you can call it that. And because they was in the teacher's lounge,
Yeah,
in her job, and another teacher was there at her job,
right.
and then they was like, "Well, you get up and go." Both of them was like, "Get up and go." We're like, "Damn!"
Right, because she was all. See, that's one thing about people when they care about each other, they will. They don't come for us,
right?
Because she was all in the business. She was like,
But she was on her lunch break.
I know, but still get your ass up and leave. Because I would have left. I would have been like, okay, y'all about to.
No, I wouldn't have. I like, I'm at my job. Y'all can go one of them classrooms.
So you see, she knows it. No, just wait. I'm joking, but Swa was fussing at her. He was like, "Why the hell would you send my brother a damn dildo
bouquet of dildos?"
And she was like, "Cause he was acting like an ass." That was low down. That was low down. So he's like trying to figure out we got to come to some type of solution because you can't keep doing that because he don't need her embarrassing him.
Exactly. So Swa has the file that she wanted to get from Aaron, and he said, "I'll give it to you if you stop embarrassing me." So she agrees.
Yes. And when they get that file, that's when they realize that Tony was out of town almost that whole season that Deontay disappeared.
And he was he arrested? Yep. Or when he had a minor in a car?
At some point, he was arrested with a minor in the car. So she's like, who was the minor? What's up? What's going on?
Right. So that's why they go to the poker spot, because she wants to interrogate Tony, because she has to, so that's where he's going to be at.
Yeah. Because she found out that he played poker. And so they're sitting there trying to figure out how to get her on the table. And Diarra crazy ass drugs one of the players after she gets Aja to send him a drink.
She put an Ambien so she can have a seat at the table.
They like that word. Is Ambien a sponsor? Because they keep just like Crown Royal is that other spot, but we're gonna let that know. So she drugs him and it works, and she gets on the table.
So T gives. So, because we're like flashing back and forth. So T gives D some intel on everybody at the table. It kind of reminds me like of
like an Ocean's 11.
Like an Ocean's 11. Like, okay, so see that person right there, they such and such, and that person right there. So she's like, okay, got it. And it turns out that Maisha, the person that's over the thing, that's Cashed Out. Hey, Cashed Out, girl.
Hi.
So she going, if it's in Detroit, a show, she gonna be up, and she in BMF and everything, girl.
Yes.
But so it goes back to the day before. They're at the school. It's Moni, it's T, and it's D, and they're trying to teach her how to play poker.
He just told her, girl, just fold. Every hand just fold, because you don't know what you're doing. Just fold. You cannot win against these guys. But what's funny is, too, she had finagled Swa
they had dinner that night.
They had dinner that night, and she acted a damn fool. When I say she... he was so embarrassed, because you could tell he does not want to be embarrassed. He's like, my clients are back there. You cannot be acting like this. So she was like, she really acted a fool then.
Right. So they met up because they wanted to settle pretty much.
Yeah.
So Swa gives her, slip her a number of how much that he should give her.
To give her.
And she laughed. She was like, that's hella disrespectful.
Yeah.
And so, because he was trying to control her, she's like, stop controlling me, and because she was kind of getting loud with it.
Because she was like, facts have shown once you feed somebody, they get really comfortable, and so they'll start giving you information that they shouldn't be giving you. That's why he invited her to dinner, to try to catch her off guard, to try to kind of butter her up a little bit. So after she started acting a complete fool, she thought about it like she needed that buy-in money.
She needed that buy-in, and that buy-in money is $250K. $250K. Girl. Yeah. So they're at the table talking, because she was like, she said, because if you guys hear, I live down the street from a firehouse, so that's what you hear. And they are loud. We hope everything's okay. The roof. No.
We don't need no water. Let the mother burn.
But my favorite part of that whole scene, because like I said, she felt that mom was hella disrespectful, and she was getting loud, and she was telling the people next to them, she's like, he wanted an open marriage,
and he was like, he was so
and she was
embarrassed.
like, will you calm down? She's like, She said, I feel an interpretive dance coming on. And she started doing this. She said, I feel Alan Navy. She said, Aunt Viv. I feel Aunt Viv coming on.
And he wrote that damn check. He wrote it real quick. That was
right.
funny.
So he gave, because she asked for the $250K, and he gave her the check for that.
I wouldn't have spent no $250K on Deontay. Deontay just would have been on his own.
Oh,
I need my bread. I ain't trying to be ugly. 250, girl.
But that's, she got it from her husband, so she felt like,
but that might mess up your settlement. Girl, bad. Okay, but if it mean that much to you, Dorothy Explorer, but
right. So he agrees. So
she was praying that that check wasn't gonna bounce,
right.
but she didn't want them to be whoop up behind.
So Dee is at her house, and she's dancing with Deontay. Of course, she is imagining it. She's like daydreaming.
Just imagination
once again,
running away with me. It was running. She's getting better at that imagination, because I was believing her for a minute. I was like, hold on.
Right. So what pulls her out of that imagination was Aja. Aja came after she was at Mofo's at the wing spot, and she was telling her that Dee was like, "What, you still going there?" She was like, "Yeah." Anyway,
right. Like, get out my face.
Right.
So she starts telling her that she was talking to the waitress. She said, but
she got some information.
He was kind of friendly with the waitress. She said, because the waitress
talking about baby names.
Talking about baby names, David, because it's biblical and stuff. That kind of like doused her little fire and her little spirit. She was like,
I'm up here trying to look for your you. But that was before he knew her. That was before he knew her.
That nigga still wouldn't have got no 250. But okay.
Right. So Aja was like, she's like, "Oh, wouldn't it be fun if like an entrepreneur was involved in rediscovering him?" So that's when it flashes back, and like all three of them went to the gambling spot. Yeah.
They get in there, and Diarra is doing what she was told. She's folding. And then she starts asking questions.
Tony, she's trying to make him mad because she saw a clip. She did some research, and she figured that he tells the truth when he's rattled up. Yeah. So she's trying to do that.
And it didn't work.
It didn't.
So she does it, and then she gets in her feelings. He goes all in, and she goes all in, and she loses. He got a full house, and he beat her ace king.
Yeah, she just knew she won. She
knew, and she was sick.
So
they take her.
She got an alert on her phone, and all her money was gone. Her bank account, it was gone. Because and then she called SWAT right there at the table. She was like, "What happened?" He was like, I talked to someone, and they said that he said, I stopped payment on a check because I shouldn't be giving in to your demands. I was like, damn.
So whatever money she did have is gone.
It's gone, y'all.
Every dime.
It is gone.
Every dime. So she loses, and then so she goes upstairs, and they take her upstairs and act like they're gonna pull her teeth out.
Yeah. And then John Sally, aka Tony, comes up. He was like, "Okay, I think she's scared enough." So he was like, "Well, you stalking me?" And so she was, now the tables have turned, because she was like talking all bad. Now she's all like,
she a mouse because she's scared. She ain't got no money. She don't know what they're gonna do to her.
Right.
So she real timid. She tells him the truth. She was like, I was looking for Deontay, blah blah blah. And he was like, what?
Where were you? He was saying that Deontay was like
a son
to him, and he was like in the car or whatever. But he had a problem. He was like, "Oh, I know what this is." He was like, you have a gambling problem, don't you? She was like, "Yes."
She started, "Yes, I've been going through a divorce." She started saying whatever she had to say to get out of there.
So he was trying to be sympathetic.
Yeah, and he told her, he said, "I had a drinking problem. I was at AA." He said, "We kept it on the down low. It was nobody's business. It kept it hush hush because they didn't want to tarnish his name in the community." And so she's like, "Really?" So she gonna say, "Can I get my money back?"
Right. He was like, because she did ask him. She said, "So where were you when he went missing?" And he said he was in AA. I mean rehab. I'm sorry.
Rehab, yeah.
And so when she asked about getting her money back, he was like, "Throw this bitch out." So they picked her up and they threw her out. She's like, "Maisha, I need my money back."
My people downstairs. My people downstairs. I'm like,
right. So yeah, so they threw her out, and then so she's at home, and the phone rings, and the caller ID says Ambien. So she answers it, and she was like, Deontay, this you? And no one says anything. And so the other person takes their phone, and we don't see who it is, and starts breaking it and smashing it.
So we can assume that was Deontay's phone. They found it, however they found it, and they broke it when they heard her voice. But the other thing that we forgot to say is that when she was at the restaurant with Swa, that guy that was looking for her, he saw her through the window and he told whoever he was talking to on the phone that she was with the Greeks.
Yeah.
The Greek mob. And she's not, but he saw her there and that's what he told somebody.
Yep, he told somebody that.
So the plot thickens.
So, but when she I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, so that's it, y'all. That was it on that. That was season.
It's good. I think I'm about to go
episode
home
4
and watch 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm about to binge watch it because I was watching it.
You want to know what happened?
I do. But with that being said, please like, share, and
watch the show.
Diarra from Detroit.
And then once you look at it, and come over here, and then so we can talk about it.
Yes.
In the comments.
And if you're from Detroit, you really need to support your Detroit filmmakers and your people from Detroit. You know how we do. What up, though?
What up, though? Come on, y'all.
Let's go.
Watch it, okay?
With that being said, thank you for joining us for Clink
and recap of Diarra, and we'll see you next week, y'all.
Bye.